The witches do not brainwash Macbeth. They spot him.
Yes, their real power is not puppet strings, it is diagnosis. They see what Macbeth wants before he can admit it cleanly to himself.
That cuts against the lazy version people remember, where he is basically hexed into murder.
And that version is too easy on him. If he is possessed, he is less responsible. The play is harsher than that. Macbeth hears a possibility he already hungers for, and he runs with it.
So the prophecy is not an order, it is bait.
Exactly. Temptation, not command. The witches say he will be Thane of Cawdor and king hereafter. They do not tell him to kill Duncan. That step is Macbeth's own invention, and it appears almost at once.
That immediate reaction matters, because he does not hear the prophecy like Banquo does.
Right. Banquo is cautious. Macbeth is mentally gone within seconds. As soon as Ross confirms he is Thane of Cawdor, Macbeth jumps ahead to murder. He starts imagining horrid things before anyone pressures him.
Which means the witches have exposed a desire, not planted one.
Yes. If they had implanted ambition, we would need to see them forcing him past resistance. Instead, we see recognition. The prophecy lands because it matches something already alive in him. Status hunger, impatience, and a willingness to think in blood.
And the play makes that visible through speed. Macbeth is not slowly corrupted over years. He turns fast.
Fast. And that is the point. A man with no such desire does not hear good news and immediately picture assassination. Macbeth does. The witches read that weakness better than he reads himself.
So when people say the supernatural made him do it, they are missing the more dangerous idea.
The more dangerous idea is that suggestion works best when it confirms what someone wants anyway. The witches do not create Macbeth's ambition. They give it language and a target.
Let us make that concrete. If someone tells Banquo, your children will be kings, he does not draw a dagger in his mind.
Exactly. Banquo hears a riddle and stays wary. Macbeth hears a route to power. Same encounter, different response. That difference is evidence. The witches are not universal mind control. They are a test, and Macbeth fails instantly.
There is another bad reading here. People treat Macbeth as if he knows himself and then gets overpowered. But he is a bad reader of his own motives.
Very bad. Early on, he tries to split himself in two. He knows murder is wrong, knows Duncan is a good king, knows the risks are huge, yet still keeps circling the crown. He thinks hesitation means innocence. It does not. It means conflict.
And Lady Macbeth does not inject ambition into an empty man either.
No. She sharpens what is already there. His letter to her matters. He writes to tell her the prophecy because he wants the future pushed forward. He is not reporting neutral news. He is opening the door.
Then we get to the later apparitions, and this is where Macbeth really misreads the witches.
Yes, he starts treating equivocal promises as legal guarantees. None of woman born shall harm Macbeth. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come. He hears invincibility because that is what he wants to hear.
So again, the witches do not need to force him. They just need to know he will choose the most flattering interpretation.
That is the pattern. They speak in ways that reward self-deception. Macbeth turns ambiguity into certainty. He converts a warning into false comfort. That is not magical control. That is a man helping to ruin himself.
And strategically, that matters. Once he thinks he is untouchable, he becomes reckless.
Exactly. He doubles down on violence. He slaughters Macduff's family. He clings to the castle. He stops reading the political field properly because he thinks the prophecy has locked the game in his favor. It has not. He has misread the terms.
Which makes the witches less like dark overlords and more like expert manipulators of vanity.
Yes, but even that needs care. They manipulate by telling partial truths to a man already eager to misuse them. Macbeth is not a passive victim. He is a collaborator in his own deception.
So the hard reading is this. The witches understand Macbeth from the start, and Macbeth never catches up.
That is the whole thing. They read his ambition, feed it with prophecy, and later trap him with language he is too hungry and too frightened to question. The tragedy does not begin with possession. It begins with recognition.
And that makes Macbeth more frightening, not less.
Much more frightening, because the witches win by finding the wish a man is already hiding from himself. Their sharpest magic is not control, it is being right about him.